Now, during the middle of this, Kim Il-sung dies. And, it's crazy to hear how the people reacted. And so I'm going to start off with this announcement that was made. And this is long, a little bit of a long announcement, but just to get the tone of it is worth it. Here we go. The Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, the Central Military Commission of the party, the National Defense Commission, the Central People's Committee, and the Administration Council of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea report to the entire people of the country with deepest grief that the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung, General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, and President of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, passed away from a sudden attack of illness at 2 a.m. Our respected fatherly leader, who has devoted his whole life to the popular masses, cause of independence, and engaged himself in tireless and energetic activities for the prosperity of the motherland and the happiness of the people, for the reunification of the country and independence of the world till the last moments of his life, departed from us to our greatest sorrow. Very disturbing. And what's crazy is you hear all these bureaucratic names. That's what's crazy about it. All these government organizations picking away at the people. And here's some of the reactions, the mourning that went through. And people like Mrs. Song, who is a true believer, this is how they felt. The old women wailed, "How could you leave us so suddenly?" the men screamed. Those waiting in line would jump up and down, pound their heads, collapse into theatrical swoons, rip their clothes, and pound their fists at the air in futile rage. The men wept copiously as the women. The histrionics of grief took on a competitive quality. Who could weep the loudest? Who was most distraught? The mourners were egged on by the TV news, which broadcast hours and hours of people wailing, grown men with tears rolling down their cheeks, banging their heads on trees, sailors banging their heads against the masts of their ships, pilots weeping in the cockpit, and so on. These scenes were interspersed with footage of lightning and pouring rain. It looked like Armageddon. Our country is enveloped in the deepest sorrow in the 5,000-year history of the Korean nation, intoned an announcer on television. And they had these little myths that they throw out there, like this one. Here's an official release. When the great marshal died, thousands of cranes descended from heaven to fetch him. The birds couldn't take him because they saw that North Koreans cried and screamed and pummeled their chests, pulled their hair, and pounded the ground. They couldn't let him go.